Lord of the Rings, Tolkien's Bible, hidden Christian symbolism. Lord of the Rings, Tolkien's Bible, hidden Christian symbolism. What if I told you that the Lord of the Rings isn't fantasy, but actually the Bible disguised as a medieval epic? And that Tolkien, a devout Catholic, hid the entire Christian story in Middle-earth? You probably think I'm stretching it, right? But brace yourself, because once you discover the hidden symbols, you'll realize Tolkien didn't create fantasy. He retold Genesis, Exodus, the Gospels, and Revelation with elves and hobbits. Spoiler: every character is a biblical figure. Every event is a sacred episode. Every symbol is Christian. Tolkien created the greatest evangelistic work of modern times. And no one noticed. Tolkien's Confession. It is a fundamentally Christian work. Think about it. Why would Tolkien hide Christianity in his story? He actually confessed it. Letter to Robert Murray, 1953. The Lord of the Rings is, of course, a fundamentally religious and Catholic work. Letter to Milton Waldman, 1951. I have created a Christian mythology for England. Tolkien was a practicing Catholic, a professor of Christian medieval literature, an expert in religious symbolism, a close friend of C.S. Lewis, The Chronicles of Narnia. Both created Christian fantasies. Lewis did it openly, Aslan equals Jesus. Tolkien did it secretly, hidden symbols. Why? Tolkien hated obvious allegory. He wanted Christianity to be breathed in, to work for anyone, Christian or not. Genius. Eru Iluvatar, the hidden god of Middle-earth. This is where it all starts to make sense. Eru Iluvatar equals the Christian God the Father. Literally, Eru means a one in Elvish. Iluvatar means father of all. The Silmarillion, Tolkien's Genesis. Eru creates a universe through music, divine word. The Aenir, angels, sing creation into being. Melkor, Lucifer, corrupts the harmony. Eru turns discord into a greater beauty. Exactly like Genesis 1-3. God creates through his word. Angels take part. Satan corrupts. God transforms evil into greater good. Tolkien didn't invent cosmology. He adapted Genesis into fantasy. Eru rarely acts directly, like God in the Old Testament. He works through intermediaries. Vala equals archangels. Maer equals angels. Istari equals prophets. A perfect Christian angelic hierarchy. Gandalf, Jesus Christ in wizard form. Now for the most obvious connection. Gandalf equals Jesus Christ. Devastating evidence. Death and resurrection. Gandalf dies fighting the Balrog, a demon. Rises more powerful, Gandalf the White. Exactly like Jesus. Sacrifice for friends. You shall not pass. Equals no one comes to Father except through me. Gandalf sacrifices himself to save the fellowship. Jesus sacrifices himself to save humanity. Transfiguration. Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White. Jesus human, Jesus glorified. Shining white robes in both. Ascension. Gandalf departs to Valinor, paradise. Jesus ascends to heaven. Both promise to return. Spiritual guide. Gandalf leads without forcing. Jesus teaches through parables. Both honor free will. Tolkien created a medieval Jesus. Perfect. Frodo. Adam and Jesus in one character. Frodo represents two biblical figures. Frodo is Adam. Lives in paradise. Shire equals Eden. Tempted by forbidden object. Ring equals fruit. Partially falls into temptation. Cast out from paradise. Never feels a home again. Frodo as Jesus, bears the burden of humanity, ring equals sin, suffers to save others, is permanently wounded, stigmata, departs to Valinor, ascension, genius. Tolkien fused a fall and redemption into one character. Frodo shows that salvation requires sacrifice. He saves Middle-earth, but loses personal peace. Exactly like Jesus, he saved humanity through suffering. Tolkien couldn't be more Christian. The ring, original sin personified. The one ring equals original sin. Perfect parallels. Universal corruption. The ring corrupts anyone who wears it. Original sin affects all of humanity. Irresistible temptation. No one resists the ring forever. All eventually sin. Moral invisibility. The ring makes the wearer invisible. Sin hides our true nature. Progressive addiction. The more you use it, the more you need it. Sin is addictive. Necessary destruction. The ring must be destroyed, not used. Sin must be defeated, not managed. Purifying fire. The ring is destroyed in Mordor's fire. Sin is purified by the fire of the Spirit. Sauron equals Satan who forged sin. Mordor equals hell where evil is destroyed. Mount Doom equals Calvary where salvation is won. Tolkien turned theology into adventure. Aragorn, the returning king's second coming. Aragorn equals Jesus in the second coming. Clear evidence. Rightful king in exile. Aragorn is Gondor's true heir. Jesus is the rightful king of earth. Prophesied return. Prophecies foretell Aragorn's return. The Bible foretells Christ's return. Healing touch. Aragorn heals with his hands. Jesus heals through touch. Resurrection of the dead. Aragorn commands the army of the dead. Jesus will raise the dead. Eternal kingdom. Aragorn restores Gondor's kingdom. Jesus establishes God's kingdom. House of healing. Aragorn turns Minas Tirith into a place of healing. Jesus builds a new Jerusalem with no pain. Tolkien gave us a glimpse of Jesus' return. A righteous king ruling in peace. Evil forever defeated. Healing for all. Valinor, the paradise awaiting the faithful. Valinor equals Christian heaven. Obvious connections. Blessed land in the west. Valinor lies beyond the sea in the west. Heaven lies beyond death. Restricted access. Only elves and ring bearers may enter. Only the saved enter heaven. Immortality. Those in Valinor never die. Heaven is eternal life. No suffering. Valinor has no pain or evil. Heaven has no tears. Perpetual light. Valinor shines with the light trees. Heaven is lit by God. Reunion with loved ones. Frodo reunites with Bilbo in Valinor. Heaven reunites Christian families. The departure on the gray ships equals a rapture. Tolkien showed what it's like to leave this world. Sad for those who stay. Glorious for those who go. The truth that changes everything you thought about Tolkien. Here's the truth. Tolkien didn't create fantasy. He created narrative theology. Every page is Christianity. Every character is a biblical figure. Every event is a sacred story. That's why The Lord of the Rings is timeless. It's not just an adventure. It's a spiritual journey. That's why it moves us so deeply. It's not just entertainment. It's an encounter with the sacred. Tolkien did the impossible. Christianity that works for anyone. Even atheists love The Lord of the Rings. Without realizing they love Christianity. Tolkien evangelized millions with elves and hobbits. Genius. So, is The Lord of the Rings Tolkien's Bible? Absolutely. He said it himself. Now, you know why it's so powerful. Comment. Do you see these Christian connections? Share if the hidden symbolism shocked you. Tolkien proved Christianity can be epic if you know how to tell the story.